Hello! Oh god, I want to stop this video now, it's gone on long enough. But I've not saved it, so we're going to have to carry on. Glad as I am at the sight of you safely home again, Locklear, I can't say that my nose is as well pleased. I thought we'd broken you and Senior James out of climbing around in the sewers. Oh look, it's different picture, look! Oh, Gareth's got a hat on, I can't show you because the mouse case has gone missing now. But don't they look different? They actually took a different picture of the out-of-work actors they got. Isn't that nice? Gareth's beard doesn't look any different, does it? Still looks like it's something, you know, dripping from his nose, really. Anyway, Locklear, you know the way of Old Habit's Highness. We encountered a bit of trouble with the gates, and so I chose a more expedient though somewhat more disagreeable path. It came to a happy end, however. James told us to send word that he is well and would see you in the morning. Now, see the king. I can't point to him. The king is not the one with the staff. The king is the one with the crown on his head. I think that is a crown and not a sweatband. Or some other sort of fashion accessory. No, that is an actual kingly crown, and he has got a beard which matches his hair, which is a first, isn't it? And all the time. Anyway, incurable sewer rats, the both of you. I shall have to order that each of you be accompanied by a score of washing maidens to keep you presentable enough for court. Welcome home, Lucky. Thank you. As happy as I am to be here, I'm afraid I come with bad news from the Northlands. I expected as much. With the false nighthawks prowling my streets above and below, it can only mean that Moradil up to their old mischief. What do you know? Motioning to Gareth, Locklear introduced the former Moradil chieftain with a wave. Slowly Gareth lowered his hood. The gasps and startled reactions of those crowding the hall helped mask the stealthy entrance of a second Moradil in the chamber, this one armed with a longbow. Oh. No! Assassin! Get down! Oh, good shot. Good shot, sir! Chapter 2, Shadow of the Nighthawks. Do 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 do. Yes. A whisper led him through madness. He stumbled forward with unfamiliar feet 10 times too small to belong to a warrior. There were lights on the hills around him, fires, voices shouting through a downpour of sloshing hoofbeats. He reached for his sword, then remembered that he hadn't a sword that night. He had only been a boy of 12 midsummers, only a boy, and yet he had led the ragged remains of his father's tribe. Who leads the Moradil? The whispering voice insisted in his head. I must see more. Years. A river of men coursed together in a bleeding tide, and he was amidst them. Screams rang. A howling figure silhouetted himself against the moon and brandished a bloody sword aloft. The wolfish figure screamed words of wrath and damnation as he cleaved his way through the Moradil brothers. He was Delican, former general of Murmandamus, leader of the unified tribes of the Northlands, and he was the enemy. Gareth! The memory detonated into a million fading thoughts, each fleeing after the faint echoes of a weak whisper. Before him there was a new image, the face of a fair young girl whose pale blue eyes watched him with weary interest. There were others too, all seated like himself around a polished council table, all studying, all dissecting, and Gareth was the object of their scrutiny. I cannot find the truth, my prince, the tired girl whispered finally, quietly. His mind is chaotic. I find images, but I cannot hold them long enough to understand. Narrowing his dark eyes, Prince Arutha glared at Gareth. He hides his thoughts? Gareth is a Moradil, Pug quickly interceded for his exhausted daughter. Even with Gamina's exceptional talent for sensing thoughts, his mind may have many innate psychic defences. I may need to send for one of my advanced students. God dear, this text goes on a bit. No need to disturb studies, Master Magician Pug. The Moradil speaks truly. Council members exchanged surprised glances, then turned their attention to the aged magician seated next to Pug. Lowering his eyes, the man made a dismissive gesture. Forgive me, I do not mean to presume, but I have looked into his mind as well, Mikala continued. War in the kingdom would have many wide-ranging effects, not the least of which could lead to a disruption of trade between our two worlds. My Emperor of Shuranwani would be... yes, that's how you pronounce that. It's how I'm pronouncing it anyway. My Emperor of Shuranwini would be most displeased if our roof-making secrets were seized by barbarians in warfare. Gorath glowered at the Shirani magician. Trading agreements notwithstanding, the Moradel watch your borders, Nighthawks spy on your imperial cousins, and before the snows there shall be an army come to the kingdom. Heed my words, Prince of Krondor. You must prepare your troops. Anger flashed in the thunderheads of Arutha's eyes as he rose to his feet. Oh, he's shouting, look, that's him shouting. Oh my god, the animation was startling. What must I, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to start again. I'm going to be dramatic for this. This is a dramatic point. What I must or must not do will not be dictated by a dissident Moradel. If not for Locklear's good faith in you, I would have had your head staked on a pole and paraded up and down the low quarters of Krondor once I saw you. I have been tolerant while I listened to your vague speculations based on incidental half-heard conversations, but how am I to believe what you say? What evidence have you laid before this council to prove what Delican intends to do? What evidence? Look, we can see the beard in profile now. Really needs to dye in the same colour as his hair. What evidence? I bear the humiliation of betraying my vow as a Moradel and the indignity of surrendering to a sworn enemy. And he doesn't look happy. Makala. Oh, that's Makala, is he? He looks like a bit of a gnome. Yeah. Anyway, why betray Delican to the Kingdom of the Isles? Of what benefit to you is it to snare him? He is leader in name only. However bitter a draught Delican may be for your kith and kin to drink, magician, his rule is black poison in the gullets of me and mine. Already he enslaves my cousins and rapes the land. Bloody his nose, Prince of Krondor, blunt his swords, and the unified tribes will cast him down in wrath. Let him crush your northern border, however, and 10 other clans will join their strength to his, and the legacy of Mermandamus will be but a spark next to his glory. Where would you have me send my troops, if indeed he intends a strike against one of our northernmost possessions? Which castle shall I garrison for the attack? High Castle? Iron Pass? North Warden? If I am to fight a war, by my teeth, tell me where you would have me fight it! Exclamation mark. Would that I could tell you! Delican holds in good confidence only a handful of cowering dogs, and among them only a few are privy to his war plans. His private councillors are restricted to choice individuals, his advisers Narab and Nargo, his mistress Lialan, his son... oh my god... his son... and Nighthawks! He keeps foul company, that leader of yours. Your Highness, if you give me leave, I believe I can find the evidence of Delican's intent. I will need someone to accompany me to Romney and supplies for my journey and a small parcel of gold. Romney? What do you think you can find in a provincial river town in the heart of the kingdom? I aim to catch a bird in flight. Of late, Delican has emptied a good deal of his treasury to revive the service of the Nighthawks. In exchange, he has demanded tactical information about kingdom holdings. He's turned the Guild of Assassins into a Guild of Spies, said Pug with a hairy chest and a grey beard, grey wig. Only for a time. Although the payments have been left in various hidden locales, the messages were always sent to a rendezvous in Romney. If I go there, I may be able to intercept information concerning a forthcoming attack. Would such evidence suffice? Perhaps. Damn me, but I don't trust you, Gorath. How do I know that this isn't a plot of yours? We can weigh the evidence to our heart's content, and your cousins could be slitting the throats of my serfs as we sit dawdling. Go to Romney, but you'll provide for yourself. If this is part of some secret Moradel scheme, I'll not look the fool before the world. Pug, unroll the map for me.